So I got Naomi with us today.
Hi.
She's been with us for a month now, yeah. And today we're just sharing a little bit about your journey, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, kind of like, where you come here and kind of what you were looking for and things like that. So I'm a little bit curious what brought you to us? What would you say was your initial search?
My initial search was probably the fact that I have chronic pain for the last 4 years, and I'd reached a point of desperation, and my partner had been to some sort of retreat in Chiang Mai and suggested I try and find something similar. But equally, I was very skeptical. I didn't really know whether, there was a place out there that was right for me. It was a very big investment, and not just time, like money, like the safetiness of the environment, whether I want to put myself in potentially more pain if it didn't go well. There were all those risk factors, but the main thing was, I guess, trying to find something for myself to potentially heal or learn ways to manage my pain better.
Okay, okay. And what have you kind of been trying previously to coming here? Like what modalities or, what has the journey been like?
Prior to this, I have tried, in my view, pretty much everything. From the most intense, I would say not pleasant experience of relying on my neurologist to come up with a plan, and he suggested that I was suffering from rebound headaches, which is a very common thing doctors say when you take too many painkillers. Even though my intuition was like, no, that's not it, but basically he suggested I check myself into hospital and go on ketamine for a week and it will help to wean me off ibuprofen. But instead what it did was create a very hostile situation in my body, in my mind. It gave me a new trauma, which, I wouldn't suggest to most people to do.
Okay.
But in some ways, you try things and something doesn't work, and hopefully you have the strength to find something else. But yeah, so that was one of the main things. And then it was just years of going to different specialists, doctors that friends had suggested, trying to do yoga, but I think, I went probably for the wrong reasons. I wanted a quick fix. I wanted someone to just cast a spell on me and I'd be okay. And going to osteopaths, which helped temporarily, but the pain was still there within a few hours. So there was a lot of searching without much hope.
Okay. And that's been going on for a couple of years. Yeah. Okay, so what kind of led you to, like you said, and actually take that leap, right? You're kind of going across the world, you don't really know maybe the place. I mean, you've been to Thailand before, but I've been here. What kind of made you take that leap, right? Like, I'm going for this.
I would say the biggest thing was the support of like family and my partner. Because without that, probably I would have wanted to go, but there wouldn't be that extra push to help me make that big decision. I always knew like Thailand would be a great place to do it just because I like the people. I've been here as a child, teenager, so many times. I've never been to Chiang Mai, but I'd heard lots of good things about it. And yeah, then I guess, decided in some ways you only live once. I've tried so many things. I've spent so much money on different things. Why not give this a chance instead of just saying no, which I usually tend to do, and just put myself out there. but try and choose something that I'd done maybe enough research with, talking to yourself and Sarah, reading your website, reading your reviews to just, I guess, suss out whether it was right for me, and also taking a risk, because at the end of the day, you don't really know for sure.
No, you never do. Right. Yeah, but I like that. They really do the assessment, and then at the end, it's the gut feeling kind of. If I'm reading between the lines, that's kind of what you're saying. Like,
yeah, it was definitely a gut feeling,
yeah.
Which I don't really tend to rely on much, but I think with my pain and my journey, I'm slowly beginning to realize it has some power. Yeah.
For sure. Nice. Okay. And you had tried some of the modalities prior to coming here, right? You mentioned you did a theory training.
What else did I do? I did an MBSR course. It's like a course for managing stress.
Yeah.
I signed up with my local hospital to join a pain management support group. And just kind of reading as much as I could to find out, I knew my pain after a while. I knew my pain wasn't like a physical, medical damaging issue, like a bleed or a tumor or something. I knew it was something mentally, but equally that was even more challenging because you feel really helpless.
For sure. What to do, what's the next step, how do I get rid of this? What would you say is kind of something that you learned or a main takeaway from here? Maybe it was something that you knew from before, but a new perspective on it, or what would you say is any of the takeaways from being here a month now?
That it's okay to be alone. How important, I knew breath work was important, but I didn't realize how extremely important it was till doing the breath work with you guys, doing breathing work in yoga with Karen, and I think that is probably one of the biggest takeaways in that sense, because that is something that is free. You can do it by yourself, and it does actually work. Even if it doesn't take the pain away, it definitely calms me down. And just the different techniques, I found super helpful.
And what was the biggest, well, I would say surprise, or something that maybe you were like, wow, this is new, or I didn't expect this, the most unexpected that happened through the journey?
Definitely the fasting.
Oh, the fasting.
If my friends or family watch this, they know that I am not a faster. I don't believe in fasting. I don't believe we were meant to be fasters, but now I feel like my mindset has been opened or changed slightly. I still don't believe, that we should do loads of fasting, but I do believe in the idea behind the whole detox protocol, how the body feels without food, the importance we place on food, actually how addicted I was to food. I just thought it was just sugar, but I think it's food as a whole package. And I honestly didn't think I would last 9 days. Like, to me, that's like a massive achievement, and I remember pretty much every day of it, but not in a bad way, more in a, wow, the body is so strong, like mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And internally.
Yeah, and I like what you said that with, people say, oh, I might be nutrient deficient if I don't eat, or, like all of those ideas that we might have, and that you said, it's not a lifestyle, right? It's not that you're going to fast for the rest of your life, but doing it every now and then to see food relationship and using food as coping mechanism for stress or whatever it is, underlying factors, right? Yeah, that's definitely a big takeaway that I've seen on a lot of people.
Yeah, because I think the world sees it, a lot of people see it maybe more so in previous generations as a weight loss thing.
Oh, yeah.
and I guess I saw it as that too. I just never had the maybe mental strength and the right environment. I think the support that all of the team have given me when it comes to fasting is very important as well, because I don't think it's something you just do. You can do it by yourself, but obviously I think you need help if you're feeling like myself, who doesn't feel like it's a task that they can achieve alone.
Yeah, for sure. Supportive network, especially if it's the first time. Yeah, that's a major benefactor to moving forward with this, for sure. Okay, so who would you recommend to come here in general?
Well, anyone, if they can afford it, I would say yes, come. No, but in all being seriousness, I would say, especially people with mental health issues, I would say this is the perfect space. Like, the team here made me feel so safe. I never felt once judged for taking a painkiller, taking antidepressants, taking a mountain of drugs. I think definitely for chronic pain sufferers, I think that is a big place or a big category of people that feel very lost. They feel very helpless. And I feel this place is like a gateway to helping you move forward on your next path. And that's really what I had hoped, or hope it would help me achieve, and it has. Because it's not a rehab center in the sense of it's very strict or regimented. It's not like a very fun retreat where you go and play games or be on your phone all the time. But yet there's no strict rules. I never felt like I was tied down. It was something that the moment I came here, I felt super safe, which is hard for me because I don't tend to travel by myself or do things alone. And yeah, just the support system around, like everybody just allowed me to feel like I could be my true self and work on the things I needed to work on, and also get the help that I needed to get, like all in one package.
And what would you say the main takeaway is if you were to choose one? Like, what's your main experience or learning aspect? Or you mentioned that it's okay to be alone, but if you were to say one thing that you really like, this I will continue.
That it's a never-ending journey, especially if you have pain. I guess when I first started looking for a place to help me, I was looking for a quick fix. And my therapist would say the same, Naomi, stop trying to look for the quick fix. It's not gonna, it's gonna make you feel worse. And now I see this as, I feel so blessed to have this is a stepping stone towards my future, whatever it may be, and try not to worry too much.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Fresh breeze, with everything you do, and it's been really fun, just sharing what we do here, the experiences and the modalities, and yeah, you're always welcome back, whenever you want to.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you for this whole time.
Thank you, Simba.